Hello, online crew. How is everybody today? I'm going to challenge you today, and not in a bad way. I don't want to make anybody feel, awkward about this conversation, but I really want to challenge you regarding the way that you think about yourself and your beliefs. And the reason that I talk about topics like this at the beginning of every week is to make you think. Really think about the person that you are and really trying to be a better version of yourself, because that's what's going to help you be successful in business. It's not the tools, it's not the algorithm, it's not all the fancy stuff, it's not all the lead funnels, it's not even automation. It's you. So, if we haven't met before, my name is Helen Martin, and welcome to our amazing online crew community. The reason why I'm looking in two different places is because I'm over here on Facebook and my free group and YouTube, and I'm over here live on Instagram. So hello Instagram viewers, and hello Facebook and YouTube viewers. So if you see me sort of looking back and forth, that is the reason for that, is that I'm live streaming in multiple places today. So how are we? If you're not familiar with my format here, at the beginning of every week, which is today, so depending on what time zone you're in, that's actually Tuesday morning for those of us in Australia. That's where I'm based, if you're not aware. And for many of you that are overseas, US, Canada based, other parts of the world, it will be Monday night for you guys. So this is the first live that I do for the week if you're live with me. And I do 4 lives a week now. And this week is a little bit different. I'm going to be live here in all places today, tomorrow, and the next day. But the last live video of the week will only be on my business page and the free group, because I've got some special people joining me later in the week. So my last live of this week, I will have some special entrepreneurs that I work with closely with me live an hour and a half earlier than I'm live now. So don't miss that video with me later in the week. But Instagram, I won't be live here. You'll have to come and join us over on Facebook. You can find my business page, Helen Martin Online. That's how you can find me on Facebook, Helen Martin Online, and join us there. So the hat doesn't work very well on Instagram because you don't have mirroring. So the heading's all backwards. But you can see what it says here, and it's just our amazing online crew here. So if we haven't met before, I help home-based business owners bring their business online and learn online social media strategies to attract people to you, so you can get more customers, more clients, more teammates, whatever it is that you are doing. But I specialize in the home-based business industry. If that's what you're doing, you're in the right place. So how is everybody? Who have we got joining today? We've got over on Facebook, we've got Heather, Cherie, Beth, Cheryl. So tune in, tell us where you're coming in from, guys, if you're watching live. And over on Instagram, we've got Cynthia, we've got Christina. Good to see you guys here over on Instagram. Okay, so I want to ask you guys 2 questions. And this is really to I can't hide my screen now, really to make you think. And this is really important, because what I'm going to share with you today, if you have these things, if you can overcome these things, you will do well. If you struggle with these things that I'm going to mention today, it's going to be hard. And I don't say this to judge anybody, but it's going to be hard for you to be successful. Okay, and I'll explain why as I go through this video. Just a couple of reminders just before I get into it. Those of you on Clubhouse, we're talking about personal branding tomorrow. So that's 6:30 Eastern, 3:30 Pacific, 11:30 UK, 8 a.m. South Australian time. If you're on Clubhouse, tune in to us tomorrow. The links are on Instagram. If you just look at the feed and my business page, if you just look down my feed, all the links are there. But if you're still struggling with sort of a personal brand, like You Incorporated type conversation, join us on Clubhouse tomorrow, where we're having that conversation. We're going to give you a whole lot of, it's all free. You just got to click on the link of the Clubhouse. So again, it's on my Instagram feed and on my Facebook business page. I'll pop it in the group a little bit later as well. So join us on Clubhouse tomorrow. Okay. So first question, do you honestly believe to the core that you're going to be successful? What's your answer to that? Do you believe to your core that you are going to be really successful in your life? What comes up for you when I ask that question? And be honest. If you're honest enough to comment on Facebook or Instagram, I'd love to know what conjures up for you when I ask you that question. Do you go, yes, absolutely, I'm going to be rocking it, and I'm going to make multiple six figures, or you just might have a goal to get to six figures, like you know to your core that you are going to be successful in something, in whatever that you do. Okay, I want to know how you feel about that. Then, so this is the first question. But what I want to challenge you in relation to that question is, for those of you that said yes, so for those of you that said yes, are you doing all the things that you know you need to do, including the scary things? Reaching out to people, networking with people, all the kind of stuff, going live, doing all the things. Are you doing all the things to help you be successful? So the first question is, do you believe to your core that you can be successful? And what comes up for you when I ask you that question? Yes, absolutely, you know it. But are you doing the actions that actually relate to you saying yes? That's what I want to challenge you on. Because you know what I hear all the time? Yes, I'm going to be successful. I'm going to do it. I know that I'm going to do it. But they don't do the actions that relate to the hard slog, the scary stuff, the sending messages to people that they don't want to, doing all the hard things. The actions don't match the words. So I'm not calling anyone out. I'm just saying, if you think to your core that you are absolutely going to be successful one day, are you actually doing all the things you know you need to do to actually get there? If you're not, here's the second thing to consider. So there's two strong things with this conversation. One is, do you believe to your core that you're going to be successful? And if you don't, like if you're like, well, I really want to be, but I'm not sure that I'm going to get there. Like, how many of you are honest enough to sort of say that you want it, but you're just not quite sure? If that's you got to turn that around, because you know what you're going to do. And for those of you that have just jumped on, if I'm looking in two different places, I'm on Facebook, YouTube, and my free group here, and I'm on Instagram over here. Okay, so if I'm just looking slightly aside, that's why. Okay, so Loretta said, yes, I believe it and receive it, financial freedom. Not all, but working on it. Okay, good. What have you guys said here on Facebook? Because of self-doubt, I get it, Wanda. Thank you for sharing. Not all the things, says Cherie, but growing into doing it. So growing into it. Okay, these are all the good things, because this is what you need to do to actually, if you do believe to your core, you know what? You will do it. So what I'm challenging you on, if you know you're avoiding stuff, if you know you're not doing all the things, there is something in you that doesn't actually truly believe. I'm just challenging you to think deeper about this, because you need to truly believe to achieve. Okay, you've heard that all before. That's nothing new. Okay, but here's the second piece of it. This is the second question I want to ask you. How many of you just live to serve others to the point where you help everybody else except yourself? Your kids, your grandkids, your parents, maybe they're elderly, like you're just serving everyone else, and you know that you are leaving yourself behind. You're not exercising when you know you should. You're not eating right when you know you should. You're not doing all the actions in your business that you know you should. Like, there's things that you're letting yourself down, but you don't often let other people down. When somebody calls on you, you're there. When somebody needs you, you're there. How many of you live your life more so for other people than yourself? Be honest with that. Because here's the reality of what's going on there. And again, I'm not calling out anybody on this. I just want to help you think a little bit deeper about this, because until you get that self-belief to the core that you're going to rock it, and you actually truly, truly believe it with no excuses, and you have this second piece, which is what I'm talking about here, is self-worth. Do you know what's going on when you are somebody who serves everybody else and leaves yourself behind? It basically means you're not you're not how am I meant to say this? There's not enough self-worth there internally for you. So you look for, again, no judgment here. It's just something that every one of us, including myself, have to work through. You're looking for external validation. You love it and you need to be needed. Those of you that need to be needed, that's external validation that you're good enough. It's external validation that you're needed and you're wanted, and people need your help and all those kind of things. There's not enough internal self-worth there. So you go and seek it subconsciously. I'm not saying you're doing this deliberately, but you need that validation externally, and you love to be needed. You love to help other people. Now, here's the kicker. When you truly, absolutely love yourself, I'm not talking vanity-wise, I'm talking like internally, and that you value yourself to the core, you will do whatever it takes for you first. You will do the exercise. You will eat healthy. You will do your tasks first before helping others. You will truly do the things that you need to do for you because you're worth it. So when you really have a high self-worth, you won't let yourself down. Now, what a lot of people do is serve everybody else, make sure everybody else is happy, food's on the table for everyone else, ladies, looking after, like, as females that are listening, we're natural nurturers, a lot of us. So it's in our core to help other people. And I'm not saying that's wrong. So don't take that the wrong way. It's not wrong. It's just, is there something lacking in your self-worth that you don't value yourself enough to do the things to help you get successful? Is there not enough self-worth in you to, really do the things that that are going to help you be healthier and all those kind of things? If you are that person that's leaving yourself behind all the time, you're basically saying that you're not worthy enough of that, and you need external sources to tell you that you're worthy. Does that make sense? Again, no judgment. Please don't take the conversation the wrong way. But the reason that a lot of people are not successful is those two things. One, they want it. But I'm not saying, I know a lot of you on the surface level will go, yep, I'm going to do it. I'm going to be successful. I want it. You've got that attitude. But if your actions, if you're not going over and above, if you're not doing scary stuff all the time, if you're not getting out of your comfort zone all the time, the actions don't meet the words. So there might be a lack of self-belief. So I guess the other side of that is people say to me, well, how do I solve that one? How do I get more belief? So there's two things where you build your belief. One is you need to work on you. What is it that's missing with you? Who told you as a child that you weren't good enough that you're still hanging on to today? Those kind of things. So you need to work through your own personal stuff. The second side to it is you have to do things that scare you to show yourself that you can do it. It's the only way that you can build belief in doing something that you've never done before. Because the reason that a lot of people have a lack of belief is because they've just never done it before. Like, if you've never been a six-figure earner, it's hard for people to believe they can be a six-figure earner. If you've never been your ideal weight, it's hard for people to believe that they'll ever be their ideal weight. So when you haven't done it before, it's hard to believe. Does that make sense? So you need to do the things that you don't want to do, and you need to do the things that are really scary for you to do to show yourself that you can. So if you really, to the core, want to build your belief, more than it already is, one, you need to work on yourself and what's holding you back. You all know that, but maybe you need to dig in a little bit more. And the second thing is you absolutely have to do the things that you don't want to do because that's the only way you can show yourself that you can get to somewhere that you've never been before. You know that saying, if you want what most others don't have, you have to do things that most people won't do. You know how this goes. Am I making sense? So that's the belief side of it. But I would challenge you in, if you're that person that nurtures everybody else and is there for everybody else except yourself, where is your self-worth? Because when you truly value yourself, you won't let yourself down for you. You will do the things that make you feel good. You will value your time. You will shut off your messenger and your email, and you'll do the things that you need to do instead of helping everybody else. When you truly value yourself and you value your time and you value who you are on this planet, you will put those boundaries up and make sure you're looked after as well as everybody else. I'm not saying leave other people behind. I'm just saying, in the equation, value yourself enough to look after yourself and to do the things you know you need to do to be successful in whatever area you want to be successful in. Am I making sense? Does this hit any nerves for anybody? Does this make you think a little bit about, maybe challenging whether you do really believe or whether you do maybe have a bit of lack of self-belief? Okay, does this ring true for anybody? So Loretta, I did, but not anymore. Self-care is most important. It is, but a lot of us leave that behind. We look after everyone else except ourselves. I'm not immune to this. I'm not sitting here saying I've got it all worked out, because I don't. Okay, there's many things that I should be doing for myself and helping myself to be healthier and, looking after myself. And, sleep is one of those things. A lot of I have a crazy schedule sometimes, and I do trainings for the American market at all hours of the morning. I've had so much sleep, like in the last few days. I feel amazing. Like, just even sleep. Sleep is amazing. Do you sleep enough? Do you rest enough? It's amazing how different you can feel. Stephanie on Facebook, I am working on getting out of learning mode and getting it done mode. So yeah, that's a real catch, especially with social media and all the things. There's the algorithm, there's Facebook over here, there's Instagram over here, there's Instagram Reels, which we're doing at the moment. If you're not on the challenge, get on it. We're having so much fun. HelenMartinOnline.com/Reels. Register for the Reels challenge. You can actually start anytime. I can't emphasize that enough, because it's fun, it's quick, the organic reach is off the charts. It's just, you would be silly to miss that opportunity. Squirrel moment. Sorry, guys. Beth, I believe that I am already successful in a lot of ways. Awesome. Success means different things to me and will mean different things to lots of people. I also know I can make improvements and can be more successful. Awesome. So it's about that, belief that you can actually be successful in whatever you believe success to be. So success to you might be, $1,000 a week. Success to somebody else might be, a six-figure income. Like, success is different things to different people. Define what that means for you. I applaud you, Michelle, for saying no, it's hitting home. Great. That's the exact reason that I do these videos, is not to, judgment on anyone. It's just to help you, make you think how you can be a better version of you, or what you need to work on first. Because I tell you, no funnel, no Facebook ad, no algorithm, no pretty content or turning up doing live videos. None of that stuff makes you successful. You do. Your belief, your personality, your, how you treat yourself. If you want other people to come into your world and respect you on social media, do you even respect yourself enough? So social media isn't a facade to hide behind. You got to show the real you, but value you enough. Okay. Eye opener for me. Awesome. Debbie sleeps so well, really lucky. I've never had a problem sleeping. It's just the amount of time I'm actually in my bed. So when I get to bed, I have no problems with sleeping, just lack of time because, all the busy things. But, you just got to work out for you what it is that you need to improve on, where your lack of belief is, and just sit with it and challenge it. Because there are so many people I speak to that say, yes, I'm going to be successful, but their actions do not meet those words, which I know then there's something in their lack of self-belief or something in their lack of self-worth that they'll go and do everything else and go and do the washing, ladies, or do the dishes or do everything else and keep yourself busy, and you'll scroll social media and you'll watch a training and then you'll watch another training, and you're so busy. Life is so busy, but you are not making any more money in your business. If that's you, then check in. Do the scary things. Build your belief. You can only believe you can do it when you've done it. I could only ever believe that I would become a multiple six-figure earner for the first time last year because I did it. Up until that point, I didn't know whether I could do it in this space. Okay, my world's been corporate with the cushy corporate, salary. But doing it in this space is new for me. But I've pushed and I've grinded and I've had lack of sleep. And sometimes in this industry, that's what you need to do. So if you're completely comfortable, good luck with that. Because this industry, you've got to put the hard yards in the beginning, and then it gets easier. But until you've got that success yet, you have to make sacrifices. There are things that you will need to do, and you need to be selfish about it to get you where you want to go and not help everyone else get where they want to go. Okay? So it's a matter of building up your self-worth and your self-belief in yourself, and it's got to start there. Because if you don't have that, you're going to be pushing uphill. And some of you that even get there, if you really don't have that self-worth or that belief, you will actually self-sabotage. So you might get some success, but you won't hold on to the success because you still don't have that belief there, or you don't have enough self-worth there. Does that make sense? So just food for thought. I just challenge you to really think about where you're at and how you believe about yourself and your future, whatever it is that you're doing. And, whether you need customers, clients, go on a different track in life, start something new on the side business, like a lot of us do, home-based business, whatever it is. For that to be successful, you need to believe it's going to be successful. But you need to have enough self-worth to make sure you're doing the things that you need to do to get where you need to go. Okay. So I hope that's, valuable for some of you to just sort of really think a little bit deeper about. Okay. So I will see you guys tomorrow. I've got some live updates, for you regarding social media and stuff like that. So join me back here on Instagram at the same time tomorrow, and here on Facebook and YouTube and my group. And don't forget the last live video of the week. It'll be an hour and a half earlier just on my Facebook page and group. And I've got some entrepreneur friends, and we're talking about building your influence. We're talking about growing an audience. We're talking about, all the things that, help you build influence. But don't forget about Clubhouse tomorrow. We're talking about personal branding and building You Inc. So if you can join us on Clubhouse tomorrow, the details are on further down my feed on Instagram and my page. That would be awesome too. So free training that we do once a week over on Clubhouse. So I'll catch you tomorrow, guys. Thank you for all your comments. I will check in with those shortly, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. So I'm just going to get rid of my phones in the way. I'll get rid of these guys on Facebook and YouTube first. Bye.